Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so we back live. My something went wrong. I don't know what happened, but something ended the whole podcast. I was looking up there and it was saying our show was ended. Only 22 minutes. So I don't know what happened. I didn't touch anything. And I just saw that. So I just wanted to, I don't know if because I'm launching the live from where I'm at in St. Thomas and something happened with my Wi-Fi is up and running, but I don't know what happened. So, but hopefully Riz will jump back in, or I sent Doe the new link too, but we could keep it pushing, me and you, until they jump in. But yeah, my fault. People parlay with us. It's me, Mr. Beans, and it's Hustle Stacks right now. It seems like we've been having some difficulties. I'm here in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, and I'm running the podcast out of here. So maybe it has to do with the connectivity on my end of the game. But we will still talk about this Patriots game and what's going on in the NFL today on Sunday. And it's Stack if Joe and it go Doe right there. If Stoney jumps back in, we'll ask him how he did on his pick today. Like again, my fault. Something happened, Sean. I don't know what happened, but it's something ended streaming.
I looked up in
I looked up in the corner and I saw the stream said ended, and I'm like, why was the stream ended? And I didn't touch anything. I'm talking to you guys like this, so I don't know what that was about. So I had to launch a whole new stream. But
I think like we should blame it on Mac Jones.
Yeah. Mac was like, yo, they talking too much shit. The Patriots is probably saying, yo, they from Boston. It is a Boston podcast, and they talking too much shit on national airways, on the streaming, or what I mean, on the national streaming network. So
Beans, I want to clarify something for you. You made that. I want to clarify something you said earlier about this. I want to let you know this story with Belichick and all this is a national story. Don't get it twisted. You said that we're going to talk Boston for. Bill Belichick is considered the greatest coach to ever coach the game. So this topic, even though it is centric to what we talking about as far as us being fans, this is a big story, fam. This is it.
It is.
Imagine waking up tomorrow saying Bill ain't with us no more. You feel what I'm saying, bro? Like this is. I'm telling you, this is one of those things.
I feel like, what, I understand what you're saying, but you know how I feel though. I kind of got the same mantra that Bill though kind of like instilled, right? Next man up, right? Sometimes, right? It's like you gotta move.
That's
you see what I'm saying?
I mean, you think of all the great coaches.
He took that stance with Tom Brady.
Right.
He did.
And he did. And then
forget everybody else. Forget Lawyer Malloy. Forget Richard Seymour.
Willie McGinnis.
Logan Mankins.
Willie McGinnis. Forget all of them. Where he pulled the trigger on them early. And some of it was great thinking, right? Some of it was on target, right? Some of it was right on target. Brady.
But was it though? But think about it. You pulled the trigger on those guys, but you still had Tom Brady at the time, so you never skipped a beat. When you pulled the trigger on Tom, you had one winning season. One winning season in 4 or 5 years. So I get what you're saying overall, yes. But when you had that guy cover your ass, you don't have him no more, man. And I'm telling you, Stacks made a good point earlier. People are doing that little extra 2-point conversion was like, fuck you, Bill.
Yeah. Thank you.
You see, you.
That's what I was. That's the point I was trying to get across, man.
You do whatever, and I'm not saying that helped us win. I'm just telling you, his reputation around the league is like his shit don't stink. And
they just giving it to you.
And right now,
everybody wants to enact revenge right now on the Patriots.
And the fact of the matter is, they want him up out of there too.
Yeah.
Every loss he gets he's closer to being up out of here. Because I'm telling you, if he don't, I don't think he's gonna get it during the season like Stack says. But if we only win 4 or 5 games, I can't see him coming back next. I just don't.
I can't see it either.
I don't see it.
I know what's gonna happen with that. I'm gonna tell you, and it's gonna happen. Him and Kraft are gonna talk, and they're gonna make it seem like he walked away.
Right. I agree.
They're gonna make it seem like he walked away because you can't. You have to change the amendment in the Constitution to fire Bill, and you know what I'm saying. So I just think they're gonna have the mutual agreement. And you remember they did the same thing with Cowell, same thing with Schuler. Same thing with a lot of other great coaches. Yep. You got to make it seem like they walked away.
They'll probably run up on.
Same thing with Parcells. Same thing with
Good
Parcells.
Point.
So they're
gonna run up on them and say, "Yo, we know you're trying to chase that number, and you need 12 more games or something like that, or 20 something small. It's not that many. It's just 2 winning seasons, 1 winning season, something like that." You know, they're going to be like, "Oh, Bill, we know you're trying to chase that, but we can't afford 2, 3 more years of the same thing."
He can't. And I don't think he could
afford back. Kraft and them is going to say, "We promise New England." It's not that they promise. Of what they built here, they cannot go back to the previous days of New England Patriots.
Right.
The previous ownership.
We can't go back to those Steve Grogan days. You can't, Tony Eason.
You can't go back to the Grogan and the Sullivan ownerships and the Sullivan Stadium days. And people here are not going. That's like how we're not going. Think about it, how they don't go for it in hockey here with the Bruins. They don't go for it. They want, or baseball, or basketball. They want you to be contended.
I mean,
they want you. They want
you just talking about that.
Great to bring up that point, Mr. Beans. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I thought the dude was soft, Brad Stevens. Brad made moves. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Beans. That's like we talked about. When Brad, we got close. Brad said, "Fuck that, I'm breaking the band up."
Right.
Like, went out today. That Drew Holiday pickup. He got rid of Rob. That's a big piece. That was a big piece. He don't care. He wants to win a championship.
Right.
Got rid of Mark. You guys, time out. They got rid of who?
Rob Williams. Got Drew Holiday today.
So that trade involved in Rob Williams.
Yeah, Rob Williams was in that trade. So
smart trade. You know why it's smart? I like Rob. Nice young kid.
We love Rob.
If
those knees was healthy, he ain't going nowhere.
I agree.
He's not the same. He's not the same player. He's not the same player. He's not the same player he was 2 years ago. I love Rob too. Good for him. I hope he does good in life. But come on, bro. Like, the guy averages 40 games a year. If you're going to get on Chris Bath for not playing, we got to bring up Rob's history of not playing. He averages 40 games a year. That's half the season, fam. So, but to the original point, without getting off topic.
Yep, without getting off topic.
Do you see what I've been telling you guys this since I've been on this podcast. You can't build the way they're building now in this climate of sports in this town, because the Red Sox try to do it. It didn't work. They try to go cheap, reset the salary, reset the tax, do all that. The Bruins won last year. The year before, though, if you remember, they didn't spend no money. Last year, they spent all this money, trades, whatever.
And it cracked. Yep.
It crashed, but they tried, though. They tried. You can say what you want. They tried.
Right. They try.
And they set records and they won. I'm not saying they won the cup. What I'm saying is you cannot piece together this football team anymore because the game has changed. It's a faster game. You can't get old running backs in receivers that are broken down and get rid of a receiver that you drafted and lose on draft people at the time like Cole Strange, when no one wanted Cole Strange in the first round. You draft them in the first round. You get Tyquan Thornton, someone that is not to, he's 5'8", weighs 160, 40 pounds, and you pass on George Pickens and D. What my point is, you can't keep having these drafts and not spending money and think it's okay because you're Bill Belichick, man, and Bob Kraft is at the low end of spending in the NFL. We're the lowest, one of the lowest teams of cash spending in the NFL. You can't have that, man. When your team is worth as much as Manchester City, you can't. You know what I'm trying to tell you, bro. You got one of the richest franchises in the world, not in the United States, in the world. You're sitting on $billion, multi-billion-dollar franchise, and you're nickel and diming the fans of this of the team
of the product that you're putting out. Yeah,
come on.
I mean,
man.
but you know what?
Come on.
In the not in defense of Bill, but in the defense of drafting. In the defense of drafting, I'm talking about the next quarterback. Now, I don't know who made the decision to draft Matt Jones.
I think Kraft made that decision. I believe they were saying Kraft,
but with the position we was in the draft, he was the only one that was there. So it wasn't like
I think so too.
I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that.
Yeah, he was.
No. See, I'm not saying bad. Yes, bad drafting has played its course in this team for many years, right?
Right.
Many years, right? We passed up on a lot of good plays that we could have ended up with, right? Receivers, defensive guys, whatever. We passed on and went with this and went. Think about all the guys we don't have today, right? That we had like 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Not 5 years ago, 3 years ago.
Right.
And half those guys are not here, right? So I'm just saying, I know within the draft, and maybe we have to get back to this low, and maybe that is the key. We're not going to get that quarterback of the future being a playoff team every year and drafting at the bottom of the pot. I think if they have to do anything, they have to draft or sell it, like you said, move up in the draft and get someone who is supposedly projected to be.
But that's not Bill's philosophy, man. He moves back.
But we need
that's the problem I'm trying to tell y'all. He moves back.
He can't afford to do that this year. He can't afford to do that this year.
He moves backwards. This is what I'm trying to say.
We need the next quarterback. We can't. So you're telling Joe, we can't keep plucking out of these pots, right? Out of these different pots, and think we're gonna grow something solid. Like they plucking bad seeds as far as like. I'm not saying Matt's bad. He's just not for us.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm looking at his decision making today with the way he was throwing the ball. I'm looking at his posture and his attitude after he runs back to the bench. And nothing shows I'm going to fight this out. You don't see him walking up to his offensive line like, yo, next time you do this, you do that. Yo, we're going to do. You don't see him coaching up the situation so they could all be motivated to go out there and change the course of the game before it gets out of hand. Mac doesn't have that type of leadership. He doesn't show it on the sideline. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. Maybe somebody could come out and say, you don't know what the hell you talking about. This dude's a leader on the sideline. But they don't show it.
No, not with Bill there. You can't have that. Bill's the one who calls all the shots, man. So,
I understand that, but don't you see other quarterbacks? Just think of like Pat Mahomes. When things is not going right for Pat, will you see Pat talking to his guys, his offensive line, talking to his receivers, talking to whatever's not going right? You see Pat Mahomes talking to these people, to the people that he needs to talk to that's playing with them on the field. Not the guy with the notebook on his hand pointing out. Yes, that's important. Yes. The guy with the notebook pointing out the play. You know what the guy with the notebook does after he runs back to the bench after a 3-and-out or the interception? What do the guy with the notebook do? He shows him what he did. He fucked up.
Right.
He ain't telling them like, yo, next time run this play. Yo, this is sweet right here. We gonna do this. No, he's telling them, yo, that's why you got picked. Why you picked this guy saw this, you did this guy did that.
But what you, I'm glad you said that because you bring up a good point, because that's why he was good his rookie year, because McDaniels did that, what you just said.
Right.
Every time you seen Mac, when he went to that bench when Mac made a bad play, you would see Josh McDaniels talking to him with that notepad. Tell him, look, you can't throw it here. You can't do this. Losing Josh McDaniels set this kid back. It really did. Because
no, I believe you on that, though. Facts, I believe you on that. I believe you on that.
No way you're going to tell me, Beans and Doe, the kid looked like, let's all agree, after his rookie year, he looked like he was going to be okay. I ain't going to say he was going to be Tom. I
thought he would have been competition.
Yes. I thought he would have been good. I ain't saying he would have been Tom.
That's the word, competition. He could go out there and dance around with some of the best of them. And I mean some of the best of them, the games that we're playing now.
Yeah. But I just
think... You see what I'm saying? Dak choked on him, threw up on his feet last year in the playoffs. But that's not trash. You know what I mean? The only guy that played what was the dude last week. Imagine if that was Aaron Rodgers. We would have got toasted.
Yeah.
Right. That's the problem I have. I'm not saying Mac had a bad rookie year. I think he had a decent rookie year, but I went to one of the games when they played Tennessee. They didn't really beat anybody that year, man. Like they kind of he had an okay year, don't get me wrong, but they didn't play. Every team they played had their backup quarterback. I think they played one starter that whole year. So I just think it's been a flawed team for a while. I think it's coming to fruition. I know they made a few good picks. We got a couple of cornerstones. I think Gonzalez is going to be a good player. I think the kid, the defensive lineman that we got, his name is escaping me right now.
Keon.
Yeah, he's going to be a good player.
Yeah.
I think we have a few. There's a few things they could work with there. Barmore's inconsistent, but I just think they need to make that change. I know this is not what the show's about. I'm frustrated right now. I know you guys are. To me, it's to the point now where I'm looking at it like I told you guys about Houston. Well coached. The guy that is running that team was supposed to run out. We got rid of him because he wanted to run his own team. Nick Casario. He's never had the will. The Belichick always wanted in on on what we picked, and I just think he's a younger mind. I just think we need a younger mind. That's my opinion. I really don't have no opinions about that game, bro. That game is not worth recapping, in my opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you're totally right. So since we talk about Sunday Week 4, guys, we're gonna run down some of these scores today. We did talk enough about the Patriots, shit in the bed, or how you want to call it, throwing up it should have been a goose egg, right? What do y'all think? Should have been an egg?
Yeah.
Should have been an egg, right? Should have been an egg. It's egg work type playing. Like they played like eggs. They played like chickens or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like that was chicken shit. So yeah, chicken shit. So that's what it was. So we ain't even gonna keep going further with the Patriots and their bullshit. But other than that, this week's scoreboard, I'm gonna run down the scoreboard. I don't know what you can run. I didn't make no picks. I'm way down here, so I didn't make no picks. I didn't bet this week. If you have anything on your bet, please run it down for the masses out there. We lost Stoney. Stoney's all the way in Dallas. He got a lot going on. It's friggin' loud over there. He probably can't handle it. So I know he probably lost some money. You heard him saying he was doing a little good bet on the Patriots right here. So I don't know. He probably upset right now. I know he's upset. Trust me. But let's run these scores. So today, what y'all think? Bills took care of the Dolphins' high-scoring offense. Made them look like a regular team. Dolphins only scored 20 points, 48-20.
I thought Buffalo would win that game. Not like that, but I thought
not like that. Yeah.
I thought Buffalo would win that game.
So whoever picked the over on that, they made some money, huh? Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did pretty good. Oh, your boy. Hey, Doe, your boy got off the schneid, huh? Look like Sean Payton got off the schneid. I know he's probably dancing right
Nah,
now,
you gotta
boy.
blame
Woo!
that. I don't think he got the snot. I think the Chicago Colts lost the
He
game
goofed
for them.
it?
I'm not giving him
Oh,
credit for that, Dub.
Yeah.
shit. So,
He got
so
it.
the
He got
coach,
it.
Chicago's coach goofed the game and then throw it
He
away to
lost
the
that
bro.
game for them, bro. He should have kicked the field
Oh, my
goal,
God.
and that was that, man. He
Oh,
wanna come on, man. That's crazy.
So tell me something, guys. I was just seeing a little bit of some previews of this Commanders Eagles game. That looked like that was a good game,
Yeah, I told you it was
34-31.
gonna
Well,
be.
Eagles
I
took the game.
I actually watched that whole game. That game is good. That game was a good game. That Howard kid ain't bad.
Yeah, he's decent.
He's decent. He's decent. He's
The
Bieniemy's a
quarterback
good
for the
play caller.
Commanders.
yes,
good?
he's decent. He's decent. He's decent.
I got to see him play a little bit. I don't know too much about him.
Yeah, he's
Is
tough.
he a draft
He's
pick?
tough.
Is he second year, first year pick? What is he? What is he? A
Second
journeyman?
year.
What
Yeah,
is
I think
he?
he was a rookie last year.
Last year was his first year starting. Yeah.
First
He's
year
tough.
starting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good. So yeah, Eagles. I guess you would say squeak that game out. That's what y'all saying?
Yeah.
Because it was final overtime.
Yeah.
It was overtime, right? So
We called
yeah,
that being a close game, if you remember. I'm not sure.
We did. We all called it close.
Yeah.
We all called that close. We all did. I think we were saying under, but we all said it was going to be close. Man, I feel sorry for McDaniels once again. I know Stacks is a big McDaniels guy. He thinks he's a good coach. I think he's a good offensive coach. But something's going on with McDaniels because he is yet to overcome whatever's going on in Las Vegas. They might pull the plug on him before you know it. Not saying he might get the plug pulled because look again, the Raiders lost another game.
But they fought though. They fought. This difference between us and them is they fight. I feel like we don't fight. But,
no, you're right. You're totally right. The difference between the Raiders and because I watched last week's game that they lost, right?
Yeah, they're always in it. They're always fighting.
It was in it last week, and this week too. Just the Chargers just squeaked it out. We did say 49ers was going to take care of the Cardinals. Yeah, that happened with no issue. I mean, 35-16, Cardinals probably was trying to make something happen out of that.
It was closer than that. It was closer
San
than that.
Francisco pulled away late. They pulled away late.
Okay. Here we go. We got ooh. So, is this up and down? Is this an up and down season that's going to be going on for Watson, or is he hurt?
He's hurt.
Something.
And I think he's done. Right. I think he's cashed. That's my opinion. I told
that was your opinion weeks ago. You said that weeks ago.
I said he's done.
I'm gonna hold you to that. We're gonna see. But in between those weeks, though, when you said he's cashed, now in between those weeks, he had a couple good games, though. Am I right or wrong?
Last week he had a good game.
I mean,
right?
If you're getting paid $300 million a year, you better have a good game every week.
I understand.
Okay,
I understand what you're saying, but
if you say that about him,
people don't understand. You don't got to remember. This is
him too.
They trying to build something here in Cleveland. I don't think it was a gimme as people expected it. It wasn't like a spoon-fed situation just because they got Watson that everything was going to be now with AFC champions. No. I don't think that was the case. I still don't think that's the case. I think their case is his situation. They got a great defense, but before that defense starts to take a step, because it can happen quick within 1 or 2 seasons, I think he needs to get on the good shit lollipop, as they might say, and stop playing ball, because after 1 or 2 more seasons of this defense that they got so far, it'll be obsolete. So you're right. He has to prove a point within this season and next, or else that timeline will be gone.
Hey,
I'm gonna give him till next season for a simple fact. It's hard to come back if you ain't playing 2.5 years.
2-3. It's almost 3 years he ain't playing, man.
Yeah. So I'm
how you gonna come back and expect somebody to be the top of his game after 3 years sitting on the pine and not even with the team? I'm talking about sitting home. on your chair watching. It's gonna take a little bit of time before mentally you get back into the game.
That well said. Like mentally, because he was going through some shit. You know, you know what I'm saying. He was going through a lot of shit,
and he's probably
shit,
still going through something.
Nobody no pass on that. Hey, listen, I'm one of them people.
You're a hard guy
people,
with that one.
We could all listen, and I agree with Stacks too. Borrow too. Listen, man, if you ain't this is what we're doing, like a podcast, talk show, how we want to call it, man. We got to speak about where we're at. If my guy's actually Trevor Lawrence, but if he doesn't stop stringing some wins together,
you could put that motherfucker in there too.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm keeping it real. But my point is, though, I'm looking at what I see Watson, what I know him to be. He's not there, and I'm not, and that's just how I look at it. I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna give him next week and next 3 weeks, and so if he ain't good next year, we're gonna give him the year after that too. I mean, what kind of shit is this?
I'm saying I'm giving him one because he had 2.5 years out. I'm gonna point out this year there ain't no quarterback really standing out like crazy this year.
Not really, not right now. Let's move on to the next game. So, you know, because I know we did a double up here, guys. So just so y'all know, this is like a double up type of thing. We started the podcast, had technical difficulties. Now we have to restart the thing, and we lost Stony Cook. But yeah, let's go back. So Texans, is this 2-game winning streak for Texans with Stroud? Is he playing? I don't know. I haven't seen the Texans play, but tell me what's going on.
Like I'm gonna go back to what Doe said. They're a well-coached team.
Well coached. They're a good coach, man. Good coach, well coached team. He's a good ball player. Don't get me wrong. He deserves what he's getting, but they're coached very well.
Check it out. Check it
out. I like Stroud. I like CJ Stroud when I saw him in Ohio State.
Yeah, he's tough.
And he had a rough start to the season. Do he look like he's getting it?
He looks like the best rookie right now, but you know, it's still early.
I had him as the best rookie in that class because of his size. Yeah, I just thought I thought he was a prototype NFL quarterback. He played in a cold weather state where you had to throw the ball through the elements. He didn't come from the West Coast. Not saying West Coast quarterbacks are bad.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but you got to have a big arm to play in those schools, those up north
those elements,
which he did. And another thing is, like we said, Houston's a well coached. Shout out to Shanahan. That's his third assistant that's doing well. You got the kid from
but that's the tree they all talk about.
Yeah. Shout out to Shanahan. I mean, that's his
Bill's tree don't look too good, but Shanahan's tree is looking good.
Yeah, it's funny. Great.
You know why though? Real quick, I want to add on to that real quick. You know why? Because I feel like those guys actually listen to other people, other voices. McDaniels don't listen to nobody. He does whatever he wants to do.
You know why? Because he's a Bill guy. He's a Bill guy.
Yep.
McDaniels don't listen to nobody. That's that Bill mentality, bro. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like you said, they were showing something on this ESPN about how.
And I picked Houston to win, by the way. You gotta add that.
You did pick Houston to win.
I did.
Yes. They said something. They had something about there's some kind of documentary or something about how coaches relate to the player of today. And guess who was the coach that was leading this documentary that they were showing? I saw earlier. I didn't watch it. It's McVay, right? You hit it on the nose.
I didn't see it, but I know.
Why? That's it. And that's the style you're talking about.
That's what you need. It's like anything else in life without getting anywhere else. Why we have all these old heads running shit? You can't. This is a new age, bro. We're new age. What I mean? It's just like you have these 80-year-old CEOs running around. You need someone in it, you know what I mean? Get someone in their 40s or late 30s. That's why I'm
telling you about San Fran does everything though that you said. They coach well, they draft well, and they pay. They pay their players. Like Debo complained about money, he got paid. McCaffrey got paid, could play, he got paid.
Yep.
Now the middle linebacker, Fred Warner, Bill would have let him walk. But nope, San Francisco decided to pay him, and look what they're doing.
That's a great point, Stacks, because you know who's doing that also? it's the Celtics too, and we're crossing sports, but we're talking about paying and moving on. Like when it's like okay, we move on, but then we're just trying to build up on that, get better. We got rid of 2 guys, and you want to spend more money, go over the luxury tax. You can't throw money at everything, but when you do your due diligence and you put the money in the right places, like Philly, like look at San Fran, they drafted their kid, they made a mistake. What they do? Traded him away, got 4th round
They
pick.
sure enough did.
You know what I
mean? And what else did they do again? Like you said, when they got traded the kid, why did they trade the kid? Because they fucking drafted well.
Right.
So
there you go.
That's get ready. So I'm okay.
There you go.
There you go. I'm gonna draft like you said. Okay, let me tell you something, dog. I drafted this kid. If you don't have a good year this year, your ass is out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This kid behind you ready to play.
Right.
So that's
but
why
Bill used to have that mentality though in the beginning. Remember, he used to pick draft guys and then it didn't work out, and next thing you know, they're gone.
Yeah.
That was in the beginning. I'm talking about the beginning. Forget the last 10 years. I'm talking about the first 10 years. Right. Remember? No, when guys didn't work out, they were gone.
But like you said, hold on, because remember, no Mr. Beans and Doe, that was Scott Pioli doing the drafting.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Yeah, it wasn't him. It wasn't Bill. It was Scott Pioli. But then, if I ain't mistaken, that Kansas City team was built by Scott Pioli. I think he brought Andy Reid over there.
Yes, he did build that team. He sure enough did. He sure enough built that team. So let's move on to scores. I got the Vikings taking care of the Panthers. I think we didn't even cross that because Kirk Cousins situation.
Yeah.
Panthers. Colts. I guess the Colts came back down. I think Colts was looking pretty good these past couple of games, but the Rams took care. I think their 2 games or something
what
like
happened,
that.
Know what happened? Beans, they benched your man Minshew. They benched you.
They benched. What a mistake. Tyler Minshew would have did something crazy and he would have won the game. Tell me I'm not lying. He would have did something wild and he would have won the game. But they gonna bench him.
Richardson brought them back.
So Richardson came back then.
He brought them back.
Once again,
he didn't look good early,
there we go. Once again, there we go. Why Richardson came back? Not that Richardson could sit down and get rest for 2-3 weeks and feel healthy and strong. Why? We don't need Minshew. And that's probably Richardson's staff and his team saying, nah, we ready to go. Send him back down to the minor leagues. What the fuck are you talking about? Think about it. Because if Gardner Minshew start looking nice, bro. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to ride for the playoffs. He start looking nice. So, homeboy, I'm the new guy. I got their ear. So before this shit gets out of control, sit that dude down. I'm back. And I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
That's the game. Other than that, they would have stick with Minshew. You know that. Doe, you know that. Stocks, you know that. They would have stuck with his ass. But you got the new face sitting at the table telling you, wait a minute. No.
Yeah, but he played good. He's going to be good. You need to play him. You can't.
Of course he's going to be good. Of course that. We know that.
I think he's going to be good.
But, they made the right move because to think about it, Minshew, what we say, he gets us to that.
He
gets there, and then he just goes.
They've been decent.
Huh?
If you look at Minshew's numbers everywhere he played, even last year when he backed up Jalen Hurts, when Jalen Hurts was hurt, and Jalen Hurts played a few games, Minshew's numbers were good numbers.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. So move on from there, guys. Buccaneers took care of the Saints. That's Terrence's not home team, but that's even down there in Tampa Bay area.
Shout out to Baker Mayfield. He's shocking me, man.
That's what you just took it out of my mouth. You just took it right out of my mouth. I was about to say Baker Mayfield must be playing ball down there because if Tampa keep winning, that means the quarterback is doing something right.
He's definitely playing well.
Yeah, he is.
I'm
shocked. Baker, I apologize. Not yet. Let me get you 10 more games, then I apologize.
Right.
He's playing well.
As of right now, he shut me up.
Evans
So
left the game. He still won.
So the last game that I'm going to talk about, and then we'll talk about what's going to. So before we wrap it up, we'll talk about tonight's game, which is already is about to
I
start
think
or
it's 3-0.
already started.
Yeah, 3-0.
It's 3-0 KC already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that. Very disappointed in my team, not the Patriots. Obviously, very disappointed in my home team, the number one team. Disappointed in the Patriots, but I'm very disappointed in dog team, as I'll call it, Cincinnati. What the fuck is going on?
Like
What's
Stack
going
said,
on in
man, the
Cincinnati,
quarterback
man?
ain't
What is
playing
going
well.
on?
I think that
Y'all
I'm telling
got
you,
all
Lose
the
And their
y'all have
line
all
ain't
the
good either.
receivers.
Their
that
What's
line
the
ain't
offensive line?
Their line ain't good either.
that
But
line ain't been good since
he
Joe
ain't
Burrow
playing.
been there.
Yeah, he's not playing well.
No, you're right. Stacks. That line hasn't been good since Burrow been there, but Burrow did improvise that line. So maybe now with the calf injury, he cannot improvise the line as he used to.
That leg,
So
that
now
leg,
the
that
line
leg, that
is
leg,
being exposed due to the injury of the calf.
that leg is bothering him. I watched that little bit of that game today. He's got a problem with that leg.
He needs to just sit down there because they ain't.
Think about how he used to move out the pocket last season when
that coach needs to sit him though. That coach needs to sit him. And then now you got Jamar Chase coming out and making beef today after the game. So now
get out of here.
Yeah, Jamar Chase making beef. He said that shit. He said I'm open every fucking play.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So now it might get ugly over there. It might get ugly over there.
Yeah,
but
that's not good.
Isn't Chase
like Stack said,
Isn't Chase a Burrow guy? Is he a Burrow guy, or is it that the ball ain't going to Chase?
Remember they played together in college, so they know they played together in college, so they cool. So
they gotta be cool. That's what I'm saying. I think I think he's a Burrow guy, and Burrow's a Chase guy. That's what I'm trying to say. Is it the play calling has changed? Is it the coaching play calling changed somewhat, and now this kid's not getting the ball? Or number two, is it the kid being played a little bit different now? Remember, Chase got open last year. He was eating everybody's food, right? He was eating everybody's food last year. Is he eating? Is they trying to hold back the food from him now? They're not giving him that much. So he can't eat that food?
I think he's hurt, man. I think that Burrow injury, that leg is fucked up, man. I'm telling you.
So he can't get the ball out to him then the way he used to get it out.
Nah, I think that injury's bothering him. That's just my opinion.
I feel that when I see that, come on, you lose to the Titans 27.
I called that too, though.
You did call that. You did.
But listen,
you did
not because
you did.
Not because I think that Cincinnati's tendency is a better team. I just think the division thing. But that being said, I think he should sit down, call it a loss. Yeah, I don't think he should have been playing. I think he should have just came back when he was 100%. I heard his quarterback coach, if you remember Carson Palmer, Jordan Palmer, I believe his name is his quarterback coach. He was on a podcast saying he's basically managing it. I don't know if you can manage a calf injury during a season in the NFL. So,
bro,
I'm not making excuses.
When you run in,
you got to call them out.
When you have to hyperextend your foot to even run, what do you think you're using? You're using the calf.
Right.
You're using the calf to pivot to do all kind of shit.
But if you put yourself out there, you gotta be open to ridicule. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't safe either. I'm on that, man. Like I'm not on this ain't Sports Center where we kiss everybody's ass, man.
No. You see how we do it. Yo,
you know
if you do it, if you hot
out
garbage,
there, man, you play bad, you gotta sit the fuck down.
Like Dion would say, if you hot garbage, you hot garbage, right?
Yeah,
so
that's it. If you ain't playing,
they playing like he's playing. My team, not my team, but my boy Burrow is playing like hot garbage right now.
And Stacks made a point about saying how no one's in the NFL right now. Quarterback is standing out. You could be right on that, but there's guys that you could go into week by week that you have a chance to win. And I can't say that for a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's only, if I had to pick one quarterback who's standing out, I would say Jalen Hurts. I think Hurts plays within that system though. Like Hurts ain't gonna do nothing to lose you the game.
you gotta still say Mahomes too, man. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. You're right. I'm sorry. I mean, shout out to Mahomes, but that, you know, that him and Andy Reid been together so long, so that, you know, that's expected of him.
That thing is turned. This thing is turning into a spectacle now with the Taylor Swift thing, because now she's at the show, she's at the game. That ain't even Kelsey who just scored, but she's jumping, high fiving, and giving everybody high five, and
I
the
think
camera's
that's
on
bozo
her.
shit. She needs to go sit down somewhere. That's just bull.
You get what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
If Kelsey's her man, put it this way, we're gonna jump off of this. But if Kelsey's her man, and they show her in the stands high fiving his mom and hugging people, and that's cool because that's her man. But now, because it's Taylor Swift, that was Pacheco that just scored the touchdown. Why the fuck they showing Taylor Swift high fiving and cheering everybody?
Shit.
That's not even her man. Last week she didn't even know about KC. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Hey. When she got 1 billion fans, they trying to bring that money to the league. You know
Of course. My cousin just said that. It's like Rocky. She got 1 billion. Everybody loves her. It's the same. I understand the Taylor Swift. But my daughter's a Taylor Swift like thing. You know what I mean? She's on that Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? She's on it. But they're using KC now is going to use Taylor Swift for them to revenue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
I don't
and
want
Travis
shit to do
Kelce
with
will
that.
end up
I
being
don't care. I don't
in
want
the
nothing to do
future,
with all that, man.
After football, Travis Kelce will be an entertainer. True that. But he's setting himself up for everything that he's going to do after football,
Good
right?
for him.
That's what this whole thing is doing.
But
we can get off of that.
I can see Trav going into acting or something after football.
That's what I'm saying. And the help of Taylor Swift is what it is. And I like Taylor Swift. Don't get me wrong. I think, you know, my daughter listens to this shit. It's cool. You know what I mean? I don't got no beef with Taylor Swift. I just think they're using Taylor Swift because she's the global. You know, she's the global. And KC, along with Travis Kelce and his whole apparatus, is using that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Where we at next, man? I
guess that was we already jumped on the what was that? That was the segment. We got it already. What's that segment we do?
The agenda.
That's not agenda free.
That was just get it off your chest right there.
That's agenda free.
That's agenda free. I mean, what you call it? Stoney calls it agenda free. I say get it off your chest type shit.
Either way, it's all we good.
It's all agenda. You know, whatever the agenda is, you drop it. We did talk about, so we dropped all those scores today. Tomorrow, guys, you got the Giants, Seahawks. I already said we already put this out there since Thursday night show. I got the Seahawks on this one. I think the Seahawks will take care of it. For some reason, I'm liking what Geno Smith is bringing to the table. He's balling out. He's showing that he wants to be a quarterback out here in this league. He's another one that just didn't go whittling away after he took some punches from the Jets and other teams. So, you know, big ups to shout out to him, man. He's doing his thing. So yeah, that's the big game tomorrow. Not a big game, but you know, I got the Seahawks with that one.
I agree.
What else you guys got on the table tonight, man? How you do on your picks this week, though? Because you're the pick dude. I didn't make no picks this week as far as I didn't gamble anything. So how you do this week?
I didn't do too good of my picks, but I did win a DK tournament. I won a couple of dollars in that. It was a daily fantasy tournament. I went in on. I just went in on the. I went in on it I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't gonna do it. I went last minute. It was the afternoon contest, and I did well on that. So, but my actual picks, but it all goes into my DraftKings account, so I win either way.
right. I feel you.
So I'm up.
I feel you.
You up,
you good.
I'm up, so I can't be mad about that. Today, I could just give you what I did tonight if you want to hear real quick.
Yeah, sure.
I did I did a 4-pick parlay. I did Jarek McKinnon over 14.5 receiving yards, KC over 25.5 points,
Oh
Patrick
yeah, that's
Mahomes
for
over
sure.
250 plus passing yards, and I did an alternate money line for KC. I mean spread for KC to win by not more than 9.5 points. So
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
right now it's
Right
looking
now,
okay. I just
right
need
now it's
Jared
looking
McKinnon
okay.
to McKinnon got to do his thing. That's 14.5 yards, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think you obviously I think you'll definitely hit on that 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah, that's definitely. I think unless this dude what's his name? This his name is Wilson.
Yeah,
Unless he has some kind of
he
epiphany
might do
or
some. You know,
something
it's a
like that.
game. It's
Right.
gambling, man. I was winning last night. Then I won on the Colorado. They covered in college, so you know it's up. I'm up though, guys. I'm up. I'm up, parlay family. I'm up.
Oh, good,
I'm
good,
up.
good, good. That's good to know. I know. I know. On Thursday we'll hear back
Yeah,
from
we'll get. Yeah,
Stony
I have more
on.
information going forward this week.
Yeah, well, yeah. So what we'll do going forward? So we are, and Stony mentioned this to me off air. He said, "Yo, see, we got to start writing down our picks for the week and
Yeah,
remembering. So when we go over it on
yeah, I agree.
Sunday,
Yeah,
we have we have our
I
numbers in
agree.
front of
I
because
agree.
sometimes we forget on what we picked from Thursday night's
Nope,
recap and stuff
I
like
agree.
that. So going forward, when y'all got y'all, when we shout out our stuff on Thursday live, we should jot down. Okay, I say I took the Bills versus that. I said I took this. So that way, when we review, because this is unscripted, as you know, everybody, YouTube live, Facebook live. This is unscripted podcast. Parlay with us, Mr. Beans, Hustle Stack, Stony Cook, John Doe. So yeah, this is unscripted. We don't script anything. So if you hear us talking about logistics on this podcast, it is what it is, bro. We talking about logistics. So
That's
just
real
keep it
shit, though.
pushing. If y'all got comments on about logistics, if you can help out, jot it down. If not, mind your business. Let's keep it
Yes,
pushing.
sir.
All right.
Yes,
So yeah, going forward, we'll do that to keep ourselves, in order as far as how we, calling out. Because I know I called out some shit from last week, and I can't even remember what I did. I know, I obviously I did pick Cincinnati, but they embarrassed me again. So, but from going forward, we'll do that. And if y'all got any agendas, man, any agendas before we jump off of this? And I know, I'm kind of like, I know what's his name. Stoney's probably pissed off that he wasn't able to stay on, but his situation was a little crazy. But y'all have any agendas before we jump off and till Thursday?
One agenda is for that sucker Jamil Charlo calling out Canelo and getting his ass whooped yesterday, and didn't even try to put up a fight.
And I'm not even a big Boston fan, but I saw that a little bit of the preview of that fight. That dude got beat up.
Yeah. I never seen somebody in the ring just running around. They don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a beef, man. You're supposed to throw some punches. Damn.
Yo, he was getting mollied, yo. I'm telling you that this dude was throwing him in the corner, and he was just like, yo, it was weird. I'm not even a big boxing fan like that. And one of my friends saw me in the supermarket last week and said, yo, you going to watch that big fight next week, Saturday? I'm like, what fight? Canelo, da, da, da. I'm like, yo, I'm not even a big boxer. He said, but you should watch this one. And, but obviously I'm down here. But, yeah, and then I watched the news this morning seeing that he took care of business. So, it is what it is. But, yeah, hopefully, he won't open his mouth up next time. And, but you know how it is. You think he'll get a rematch?
Nah, ain't no rematch there. No, ain't no need for it. When you lose
now,
like
this
that.
Kid that he fought, who is he? Is he a contender type of kid? Did he have belts out there? Like, was
yeah,
he
they both have belts. They both have belts. But
okay.
Alvarez is like, Alvarez is the dude. So
okay.
He stepped up to Alvarez, but a lot of people it's hard to beat Canelo. You know what I'm saying? He got
I'm gonna say like this. I'm glad
one or two one of his losses is to Floyd. That ain't no bad loss. You know what I'm saying?
Stacks, just as I told Doe, we have, what we're gonna do is, during the week before we, do our live unscripted shows, I'm gonna connect with you guys a little bit more, especially Doe, with the soccer and the Premier
Oh
League, what's
man,
going on. We gotta
man,
connect
listen.
on that so we can start. There is fans on this show, people that watch this show that told me personally, can you guys talk about soccer a little bit?
Yeah,
Not MLS. They want that stuff across the seas soccer.
No,
You
I
see what I'm
watch.
saying? And
Listen,
I know you're big on that. You watch it. I like to watch it. It's very entertainment. Entertaining.
I watched a
So,
lot. I watched the English Champion League this morning. Not the Premier League, the English
the
League.
Champion League. Okay.
Yeah.
I watched all those leagues. So
Yeah,
we gotta get more to that.
I'm here,
Do our little home
and I can give you my parlays
we
and
give
picks for that
them,
too.
Huh?
I can give you my parlays and picks for them too if you want.
Perfect.
Yep.
We're gonna do that. Listen. We're a sports podcast.
And I got one.
So if you
thing
have a specialty on something that we really don't talk about, but it's sports, especially soccer. I like soccer.
Yeah.
And if you know there's things that you can, put
I
out
can
there
add some
for,
insight.
and, drop that stuff. Like I want to hear that. If people want to hear it. And same thing with you, Stacks. You like the boxing, you into the boxing, these guys, these different, these different figures in boxing and what they bring and they records. Drop that. If we got a boxing match coming up and we have to talk about this, drop it. You could take the lead on that because you know about that. You could take the lead on soccer because you know about that. That's how I want it. We're a team. So it's not about one person knowing everything. It's about us spreading it, the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So
before we go, I want to say rest in peace to Tim Wakefield. I know you know.
Yeah,
he passed away.
I seen that
Tim
too.
Wakefield passed, bro?
Yeah, today he had brain cancer.
Rest in peace to Tim Wakefield. I didn't even know that, bro.
He did a lot. He did a lot of stuff for the people in this town. So yeah.
Yes, he did. Tim Wakefield was a big Boston. Yeah, man. Trust me.
His wife too. I guess she's, it's public record. There's, she's struggling with something too. So. That's my I guess she's.
Hey, prayers up to them. We have to acknowledge these things. It's a Boston news. I'm glad you brought that up, though. I'm not home to really chime in on my news thing and know what's going on as far as news. And I'm a big current events person, and I didn't hear about that. And Tim Wakefield was a good guy, man. Like Tim Wakefield, like he loved Boston, like, and then his pitching style was crazy anyway. So his pitching style was great. He threw that knuckleball, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Yes, he did.
Right.
So and that knuckleball was nasty. He was like one of the only couple of in that time of era that was still throwing that type of ball.
Yeah.
So Tim Wakefield, man. Rest in peace to Tim Wakefield, man. Wow. And blessings to his wife and his family for what they, especially what they're going through and things like that. So thanks for bringing up that agenda and that knowledge about what's going on in our city. Stacks, you have anything?
Nah, that's it, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Everybody be safe out there. I ain't really got nothing much. We touched on a bunch of stuff tonight, so.
That's cool. Yeah, I like the cast. Yeah, it broke up a little bit, but we touched on enough tonight. And I think everything worked out good. I'll see you guys Thursday back from my home studio. I'll be back home and we'll be back on it with less technical difficulties and stuff like that. So, great show again, guys. I appreciate it. This is Parlay with us. It's me, Mr. Beans. This Hustle Stack, Sean Doe. And my man Stoney somewhere in the back. We'll catch up. He'll catch up with us on Thursday.
Stoney, if you're watching this, throw that Mac Jones jersey in the garbage while you're there.
There you go. You know me. I'm already on that. Like I was on that. So
he bought that. I can't believe he bought that shit.
I know he's probably saying to himself, "Why did I even wear this shit?" But he's a diehard. Stoney. He's a diehard He's a diehard. He's gonna go hard for our team. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna go hard. And I know him walking out of that big ass Dallas stadium with all those Cowboy fans heckling the hell out of his ass in his ear. I know that had to friggin' nudge at his craw, but he'll long as he don't. I told him earlier. I think we all said that. Be careful out there. Be cool.
Yeah.
You know, because of situations, you know, people be getting in, you know, what happened here in Foxborough 2-3 weeks ago. That was kind of odd, you know, so yeah. But yeah, with that being said, guys, we'll wrap it up. It was great doing this podcast. Parlay with us. We'll see y'all soon. Yo, see y'all. I'll talk to y'all during the week so we can get some logistics together.
Yeah. Safe travel.
All right, peace. All right, thanks.
God to make moves, doobie don't snooze, it's on your back, cause they hate you, dog break through, son get through.